Hello, everyone. My name is Paul Sansom, and I'm a business consultant here at Vendavo. Today, we're talking about how to better understand if a rebate program is actually effective. In this video, we're going to start by simply defining what a rebate is. Then we'll briefly cover some best practices around setting objectives and KPIs, understanding the costs associated with rebate programs, data collection and management systems, and then finally calculating ROI. With all the different types of rebates and incentives, it may be difficult to summarize rebates into one bucket, but we define them as an incentive program that's intended to drive one or more behaviors with your customers. But common intentions are selling more products, introducing new products, improving brand loyalty, and market penetration. So after you have decided upon a specific behavior that you're trying to drive your customers towards, then the next step is setting your KPIs. Please ensure that the KPIs that you're establishing are measurable and can be attributed to the rebate program itself. So common KPIs include profit margins, increasing your sales volume within a targeted segment, return on marketing investment, growing your market share, incremental sales that may be attributed to that rebate program itself, and then, finally, customer acquisition and retention. We now must understand the costs that are attributed to these programs, starting with implementation. How much time and money does your organization spend on identifying a potential program, analyzing the market potential, calculating its potential value, and finally, getting agreement and approval from all parties? Next is marketing and promotional expenses. How much will you spend communicating and marketing this to your existing or new customers? After that is another fuzzier cost, administrative. So after that rebate has been put in place, what kind of effort is required to calculate the accruals, receive and submit and/or approve those claims, validate the information in those claims, and then trigger the payment? If it's done manually, those costs and efforts are going to be pretty high, but they are often, again, hard to measure. Next is typically the easy one, and that's what's the total cost of payouts for those rebates. And then finally, we have the cost of the system that you use to manage all of these programs. It is important to note that the cost of an end-to-end management system is going to offset your administrative spend. If you're managing everything on spreadsheets and napkins, your system cost is going to be pretty low, unless you're getting really nice napkins, but your administrative costs will be through the roof. Conversely, an efficient and effective management system can relieve 80, 90, 95% of the administrative burden that you may place on your sales teams, your back office personnel, and your management. So the next step in measuring your rebate effectiveness is data collection and implementation of a rebate management system. But we have to understand what kind of collectible data is going to go into that system, as well as the output of that system. So the collectible data starts with your master data, and it's a best practice to sync this directly from your ERP and/or other source system. Next, we collect all of your transactions and accounting data, AP, AR, and then finally your cost to serve. What is the output? What is it going to do for us? For one, it's the programs themselves. It will enable you to create, approve, transmit, and execute these programs all in one system. Next is our claims and payments. Once a claim has been submitted or received and then verified, it will trigger the payment that needs to be made to that customer or distributor. And then finally, analytics, where we forecast and track accruals and analyze our progress against the budget. Automated data collection and process harmonization is key to efficient rebate management, especially when you're dealing with potentially millions of transactions and billions of dollars of rebates. Now that we have set our measurable objectives, gathered our necessary data, and executed our rebate programs, it's finally time to calculate our return on investment. ROI is a simple formula that we all learned in school. Benefits minus costs over costs times 100. That's it. But that's only assuming if you have all of the data necessary to arrive at something somewhat accurate, as well as setting the KPIs of what you're going to measure against. That's why tracking your costs and attributing revenue and margin properly are so critical to calculating your ROI. But that brings us to one last point. Just because your program is designed to drive a customer behavior today does not mean it will be doing the same thing in the future. Which is why you must progressively review each program and ensure that it is doing what it's expected to do, that behavior that you're driving towards. Many of our rebate and incentive programs were devised 5, 10, even 20 years ago. But customers, products, markets, they all change. And the behaviors that you may be driving today may be different than when the program was first conceived. That's it for our show today. I thank you all for tuning in. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me directly or anyone else here at Vendavo.